Imagine that every morning you wake up, go to the refrigerator, and instead of the usual sausage sandwich, you take a thin slice of flavorful aged cheese. Its flavor slowly reveals itself. And while you're enjoying this little morning ritual, powerful processes start in your body that can strengthen your bones and joints better than any expensive pills. But before we reveal all the secrets of cheese, write right now in the comments what kind of cheese you like the most. Maybe it's spicy Parmesan, creamy cheddar, delicate Gouda, or something else. At the end, we'll be sure to tell you which cheese is most beneficial to your joints. See if your choice matches the scientist's opinion. Many people think that for healthy legs you need to drink special calcium supplements, take chondroprotectors, or use expensive creams and ointments. But research by leading European universities has shown an amazing thing. A small piece of hard cheese eaten regularly is much more effective in supporting joints and bones than the most expensive pharmacy drugs. Why exactly does cheese have such power? It's because of its unique set of components. First, it's calcium, the very mineral that makes our bones strong, tough, and resistant to injury. But if you just consume calcium, it's not enough. The body needs help to build this mineral into the bones and joints, not deposit it in the blood vessels. And that's where vitamin K2 comes in, which is formed in cheese precisely during its long ripening process. Think of vitamin K2 as a kind of dispatcher that directs calcium exactly where it needs to go, right into the bone tissue, protecting your joints and spine from aging. But that's not all. Cheese contains casein, a special milk protein that breaks down gradually over 5 to 6 hours, providing your muscles and joints with amino acids and nutrients. In this way, casein becomes a long-lasting and reliable source of nutrition for your legs, strengthening not only the joints themselves, but also the muscles that support them. After all, the stronger the muscles in your legs, the less stress on your joints and spine. In addition, hard cheese produces short milk peptides, small protein molecules that can reduce inflammation. These natural substances work in a similar way to pharmacy anti-inflammatory drugs, but unlike pills, do not irritate the gastric mucosa and do not burden the liver. That's why, regularly eating small portions of cheese, you can get rid of the constant feeling of fatigue in the legs, morning stiffness and pain in the knees and hip joints. But many people complain that they eat cheese all the time, but they don't see the benefits. Why does this happen? Here are some common mistakes that can negate all the benefits of cheese. The first and most common mistake is choosing the wrong cheese. A true hard cheese should consist of only milk, ferment, leaven, and salt. If it contains vegetable fats, flavorings, or stabilizers, such a product is not only useless, but even harmful to health. The second common mistake is trying to buy low-fat varieties of cheese. It would seem that less fat is better for the figure. But in fact, it is in a moderate amount of natural milk fat dissolved vitamin K2, without which calcium is not fully assimilated. Skimmed cheese is often devoid of this vitamin and is not good for bones and joints. The third mistake is eating too much cheese, especially in the evening before going to bed. Cheese is rich in nutrients, and if you eat too much of it at night, the stomach is overloaded. In the morning you feel heavy, swollen, and tired legs. Cheese should be eaten in small portions, optimally about 30 to 40 grams, and best in the morning or afternoon, when the body is actively absorbing nutrients. Another common mistake is combining cheese with a lot of sugar or simple carbohydrates, such as white bread, sweet sauces, or jam. Such a combination causes a sharp rise in insulin, which literally washes calcium out of the body. Therefore, cheese is best combined with vegetables, greens, or fruits that are rich in fiber and vitamin C. This combination greatly enhances the absorption of useful substances and keeps blood sugar levels stable. Finally, the most common mistake is not eating cheese regularly. Some people give themselves cheese holidays by eating an entire package at one time and then not eating it for weeks. This approach doesn't work. For maximum benefit, the body needs a regular, daily supply of calcium and protein. The ideal pattern is 30 to 40 grams of cheese 4 to 5 times a week. Then the body constantly receives the necessary substances and has time to fully assimilate them. So, now let's go through step by step how to properly include hard cheese in your diet, so that it becomes a real protective shield for your bones and joints. The best time to consume cheese is in the morning. Why in the morning? Because it is in the morning that your body is set up to absorb nutrients as efficiently as possible. Imagine this ideal breakfast: a small slice of cheese, whole grain bread, and fresh vegetables such as tomatoes, cucumbers, or sweet peppers. The vegetables are high in vitamin C, which improves calcium absorption, and the fiber from the whole grain bread keeps you feeling full for longer and stabilizes blood sugar levels. Another perfect time for cheese is when you snack after physical activity. Whether you've been hiking, exercising, or just doing some house cleaning, your muscles and joints are actively absorbing amino acids in an attempt to repair themselves. It's at this point that a serving of cheese can help your legs and joints deal with fatigue and micro damage faster. A couple thin slices of cheese after activity and a glass of pure water is the perfect setup that will instantly benefit your joints and muscles. How often should you eat cheese to notice the effect? Scientists and doctors agree. 4 or 5 times a week, 30 to 40 grams of quality hard cheese is the optimal regimen. If you follow this simple regime for a month, you will soon notice significant changes. At first, it will be ease of gait, reduction of swelling in the evening, disappearance of cramps, and morning stiffness. Then you will realize that it is easier to climb stairs, clicks in the knees have disappeared, chronic pain in the lower back and hip joints has decreased. Want to see how it worked for you? Then do a little experiment right now. Take a picture of your legs in the evening. After a long day, measure the volume of your calf muscles with a centimeter tape and note exactly where you feel pain or discomfort in your joints. Then start following our cheesy regimen. Every day, note the changes in your health. Notice when your cravings for sweets are gone, when your knees or ankles no longer hurt, when your legs feel lighter. After exactly 4 weeks, take the same photos and measurements again. 9 out of 10 people have better results than expected. Visually slimmer legs, less fluid, less stress on the joints, easier and more confident movements. But of course, not all cheese is equally beneficial. Let's find out which varieties are best for strengthening joints and bones. First place goes to Parmesan. It is a true champion for its vitamin K2 and calcium content. The longer it is aged, the stronger it becomes for your bones. 1 small slice of Parmesan can cover a day's worth of vitamin K2 and give powerful support to your joints. In second place is hard Gouda. Its creamy flavor is loved by many, and Gouda is a great source of calcium and protein. The more aged Gouda is, the greater its benefits. Such cheese helps to quickly repair muscles and strengthen joints. Cheddar is also great for your daily diet. It is slightly less rich in vitamin K2, but has a high calcium content and is ideal for sandwiches and salads. Separately, we should mention Gruyere, a cheese rich in magnesium, which additionally relieves cramps and helps fight joint inflammation. If you like moldy cheeses, you should know that they are healthy, but they tend to contain more salt. Therefore, if you have high blood pressure, it is better to choose classic varieties with moderate saltiness. Of course, cheese is not a magic pill. For even greater benefits, it is recommended to complement cheese with the right lifestyle. For example, 3,000 steps after each meal is ideal to activate the cells that are responsible for bone repair. A contrast shower in the evening will help improve blood circulation in the legs and speed up the delivery of beneficial substances directly to the joints. If you want to enhance calcium absorption, add a little lemon to your water. The mildly acidic environment helps the minerals to be absorbed more quickly and easily in the intestines. In addition, pay attention to comfortable shoes. The most useful cheese will not help if your feet are tormented daily by tight and uncomfortable shoes. Relieve your feet of unnecessary load, and the effect of cheese will manifest itself much faster and more noticeably. Now it's time to get to the heart of the matter. How much cheese should I eat daily? Most adults only need to eat 30 to 40 grams of hard cheese 4 to 5 times a week. Anything less will have little effect. Any more will just give you extra calories that won't enhance the benefits. Compare this answer with what you guessed at the beginning of the video. Write in the comments how close you were to the correct answer and whether it surprised you. Now you know how a simple habit of regularly eating a small piece of quality hard cheese can fundamentally change the condition of your joints and bones. After a month of regular consumption, you'll be surprised at how much easier it is to move around and how much energy you have in your legs.